The first game's out of the way. Time to buckle down for the long season ahead, and we're off in week 2. And here comes a return from the middle of the end zone. And in hindsight, probably should have taken a knee as he only gets this out to the 16-yard line.
Okay, ready?
And they'll run the option to start the drive. Fights through it. And he'll be out of bounds at the 25-yard line. 9 yards on the first down. Keeper, and it's 2nd and 1. A little do-it-yourself run right there, and a nice game.
Now, like that, he knew that was about all he was going to get. So he did a nice job of protecting himself, took care of the football, took what the defense gave him. If they continue to allow him to do that, they'll find their way taking what they can all the way to the end zone.
Oh, they're going to run a little pop pass here. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26. A nice play design there with the touch pass. Looked good at the start, but bottom line, the defense was ready.
And they did a nice job scouting, didn't they? Not just scouting, but now executing once they saw the play for real after having worked on it all week in practice. They drilled on the play, then they drilled him.
And not only will he not get the few inches he needs, he's going to go backwards. A rough go there on 3rd down, a loss of 4.
That's a really alert defense there because they saw the heavy look come in from the offense, countered it with extra linebackers who brought a little bit of speed and heft, and able to really make a big-time play for their defense.
Returnable here from the 38. It'll be 37 yards there on the punt, and it will be Vikings ball, 1st and 10. Slot man moves right. They start the drive with Cook. And he's across the 45. It'll be 2nd down. Now, this defense for the Lions, terrific last week in the season-opening victory.
No matter what coverage was called, they were right in the hip pockets of the receivers all game long, step for step, running their routes with them. Turned out they were right there every time the ball was in the air, and they came away with 5 interceptions in that one.
Easy.
On 2nd and 7, Cousins. That's caught by the tight end, Irv Smith Jr. It's a gain of 11 as the Vikings pick up the first. Well, the first drive here and the first time that we've called a big tight end's name, but I can assure you this, Charles, it won't be the last.
No, it won't, because when he gets going, now it opens up opportunities on the perimeter because that'll draw the defense towards him in the middle of the field. Now your wide receivers will get involved as this game goes on.
17 more yards on that one as they keep the drive rolling. On that last run, he's now hit the 6,000-yard mark for rushing yards in his career.
And moves him squarely into the top 100 rushers of all time. In fact, he can boast that he's rushed for over 1,000 yards more than Gale Sayers did in his career. And Gale Sayers was a Hall of Famer in a short career.
They run again on 1st down. Cook. And they're going to stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Just no cutback lane to be found whatsoever. 2nd and 10. The Vikings had 0-1 in the year following the loss in the opener. And they were given a gift of 2 straight home games to start the campaign. Dropped one of them already. You have to figure a split of these two probably imperative.
And they did talk about that with us prior to the game, about how important it is to start the season 1-1, especially with 2 games at home. Because if you go 0-2, hard to make those up on the road as the season progresses.
They had the incomplete pass on 2nd down. Now they need a big play here, 3rd and 10. Now Cousins. And he's going to be taken down here. A sack back into 32. Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game. Joseph's got it. And the Vikings have a 3-0 lead. So a pretty good opening drive. That'll make the home fans somewhat happy. They wanted 6, but they got 3 in the early lead.
And they should be happy. The guys are good getting down the field. That's got to give them a little bit of hope that good things are in store here today for them.
This is going to be returned from the middle of the end zone. And in hindsight, probably should have taken a knee as he only gets this out to the 16-yard line. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. Well, early on, you know, Charles, every game could be called a measuring stick game. But I think when it comes within your division like this, it's a measuring stick game with a little extra intrigue.
I would agree with that totally because all division games have a little extra to them. But I like where this game is situated because at this stage of the season, it has that little extra juice. But at the same time, it's not a make or break if this were, let's say, week 15, 16, somewhere in that neighborhood.
Looking to throw. And his throw is going to be incomplete.
So many times when we talk about coverage, we're just about a defender running with a receiver, but a big part of it is understanding where the football is, finding it. In this case, when it arrived, it wasn't a surprise, and he was able to bat it away.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
That looks like there's going to be 2 empty possessions now to start this football game. I think they're going to have to sit down and talk about what worked for them last week in their win. Sometimes you over-game plan, overthink things, get back to what works.
And taken at the 46. 8 yards on the return following a punt of 41. And the Vikings, they'll be set up well as they take over in great field position. 1st and 10. First down, here's the run with Cook. And he'll manage to pick up about 4. It's 2nd down.
On any running play that's called, they're always hoping that it's going to break big and go the distance. But when you get a nice gain like that, you're able to do so many things anyway. You can come back and run essentially the same play again, continue to move the ball on the ground, or you can decide to throw the ball now because usually you have the defense back on its heels.
And they'll send the tight end in motion here. 2nd down, they go right back to Cook. Not much there, maybe a couple as he's taken down at the 40. But not much on that run, Charles.
No, that's exactly the way to execute a run blitz there. They guessed correctly that they would move the ball on the ground, honed in on it, and stopped them. Mark that down for a win in the defense's column.
In search of 4 yards here to pick up the 1st down. To throw is Cousins. Completes it to the fullback, Ham. And he's brought down short. 2 yards there, needed 4.
Well, it looks like they got what they wanted. They got the completion, but they weren't able to break any tackles or gain nearly enough yardage to pick up the 1st down. Now to be 4th and short.
Three 0 after 1 on EA Sports. So on 4th down, on is the punter, Ryan Wright. Only 2 punts for him last week in the loss as he gets this one away. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. They've shown precious little here offensively thus far as they try again with a first down now. Forced out to his left. And he's taken down, trying to do a little too much, getting outside of the pocket, and it results in a sack. He couldn't get rid of it. He takes a sack for a loss of 6 to bring up second down.
On the 6.
They'll look to throw. Flush to his right. And he will slide to a stop. He does have the first down. Give him 18 on the play.
I haven't met a quarterback yet that didn't enter the league with a massive chip on his shoulder if he wasn't a first-round pick. They want to show the league that they made a big mistake. Determined to get the first down there, no hesitation at all to tuck it and go. I bet he would have tried running through their entire defense if it meant reaching that marker.
It'll go down as a gain of 6, and it'll be second down.
Just about every quarterback is trained to really look downfield first before you come back and make a nice, safe throw. And in this case, that's exactly what he did. Found his running back, let him create some space, and it turned out to be a nice play for the offense.
Second and 4. And connecting here with DJ Shark. Touchdown, Detroit. DJ Shark, his first touchdown here of the new campaign. And the Lions have moved out in front. I think it's fair to say there's nothing that gets a crowd to its feet quite like a big play, and that was something special there. Boy, was he moving.
And that's the kind of play where you have to kind of catch your breath afterwards. So just give me a second here, because when he shifted into high gear, he was an absolute blur out there. No substitute for speed. We talk about that all the time. The evidence was right there.
And the next-gen stats are going to tell the story. And, wow, what a story it is. Nearly a full 23 miles an hour. One of the fastest plays on record, folks. And he'll just take a seat, and the drive will begin at the 25-yard line. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And Charles, a very uninspired effort the last time we saw them out there. It was a quick 3-and-out, then they punted the football. The ball comes out, and this is scooped up by the Lions. And a little careless there, Charles, on that carry.
And it's not just having two hands on the ball. It's tucking it away. It's using your body to keep people shielded off. It's so many different things into taking care of it and having ball security. In that case, though, we didn't see it happen.
They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. That's caught by the big tight end, T.J. Hockenson. And he'll be brought down inside the 40-yard line.
Such a tough position to defend near the line, even when you add a second defender. But the big man shrugged off the extra body and made the play call a success.
A handoff, Swift running to the left. And he'll take this one down to the 36. 3 yards is half of what they needed. Now can they get the other 3 here on third down?
Vision is so important for the man in the middle, because his ability to look through all the clutter that's happening in front of him, diagnose a play, and then go make it and finish it.
Swift is hit, and he coughs it up. And the Vikings pick up the football. And they will take over possession of the football at their 42-yard line. Not the trend he wanted to start the season with a fumble lost in both weeks 1 and 2. Now, it's not a disaster, but certainly not what he was looking for.
Got to get that fixed, because otherwise he shows up on every scouting report. I remember sitting in defensive rooms and hearing the scouting report from my coaches, and if someone had a particular problem carrying the ball and holding on to it, that was noted. Hey, make sure you get a little extra attention to him. Get after the football. He's dropped it the last couple of games. Yeah, another negative play in an early down situation. This one to start the drive. You're putting a lot of pressure on your quarterback to bail you out when you're in second and long yardage.
Now on second and 13. Cousins. Catch is made here by Irv Smith Jr. And he has a big gain inside the 30 before being dropped. That one covers 24 yards. It's a first down.
And that's a more than acceptable read right there because it's zone coverage. So timing is everything. This time he waits for his man to come open, puts it right on him, and they pick up a first down.
Cousins gives way to Cook. And he maneuvers up the middle for 3, and it's second down. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down. 2 minutes to play in this first half. 7-3, our score. Coming up at halftime, I'll go from one personality, that's you, Charles Davis, to another one in Orlando, the coach. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL. You and Jonathan Coachman, both larger than life.
No doubt about it.
But you're stuck with me in this booth,
yes,
and he's miles away and smiling.
And happy.
From the 35 on second down, Cousins setting up the screen for Cook. And the play goes nowhere, losing yardage back near the 40 at the 39. So that'll go as a 4-yard loss on the play. And that'll bring up a 3rd and 11 situation. We're backed up here, tough spot, needing 11 yards to pick up the first. On third down, Cousins. And that is incomplete. But the pressure there on third down, forcing the errant pass. 4th down coming up. Problems on third down so far in this first half. Relatively small sample size, but they're now 0 for 3.
And the average in the league, somewhere around 40% on third down for offenses. So what's the answer to this? Either convert them or don't get the third down in the first place. Get your big chunks of yards on first and second down.
And here's Ryan Wright now as he'll kick it away for the second time. And this will hit just beyond the goal line as it's into the end zone for a touchback. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. Still more than a minute to go, so there is time if they want to mount something here.
Not only time, but they have 3 timeouts at their disposal as well, so that changes everything that you're doing here. Without those timeouts, you can only work the sidelines, hoping to get out of bounds. Here, the middle of the field's still available because you can call timeout and regroup.
He's airing it out for Williams. Well, this is taken in. It's complete. And he's going to be out of bounds inside the 25-yard line. A big play there just before halftime. 54 yards.
Well, partner, I'm not sure how this drive's going to end, but how about the way they flip field position there? A nice attacking play that picked up a heck of a chunk of yardage.
They run the option here on 1st and 10. And he'll be taken down at the 2-yard line. So 3 plays already 1st and goal, and they are wasting little time. Here's Swift. And he gets halfway there down to the 1-yard line. It's a gain of a yard, and it'll set up 2nd and goal. The Lions will use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 13 seconds to play in half number 1. Second and 1. And that is caught. Touchdown, Detroit. Amon-Ra St. Brown in the final seconds of the first half. And the Lions would extend their lead here just before halftime. Point after, right down the middle. And that pushes the lead up to 11. So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. And not wanting to risk anything here late in the half, he'll just take a knee and they'll bring the football out to the 25. The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway.
And with 10 seconds left, not really enough time to put something together.
Escaping the pressure right.
Oh, going for Jefferson downfield.
And this is going to be intercepted.
Picked off by Deshaun Elliott.
And he will be brought down as time has now run out on this first half of action. So we have reached halftime with the visiting Lions taking the lead to the break. As we'll send you down to Orlando, we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. And we welcome you back now. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gunn, getting set for quarter number 3 here. The Vikings set to receive the second half kickoff, and they trail it here as we resume play.
And he will not bring it out. It's a touchback.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive.
Charles, it'll be interesting to see what adjustments this offense made in the locker room. Haven't really been able to get anything going offensively, virtually nothing in the ground attack either. So certainly something has to change here in quarter 3.
And I'm pretty sure their friends from the defensive side of the ball told them exactly that, because those guys, the stop troops, they've been playing pretty well. They've kept them around in this game. Now they've got some time. The running game struggled in the first half. Opposition knows how to focus on defending the pass here. They've got to re-energize that ground game and maybe open things up for a comeback.
And he loses the football a second time.
Wow, that ball gets knocked free, but a teammate comes along and scoops it up. It's almost like baseball. Guys at bat, people are on base in scoring position. One guy doesn't get him home. The next guy comes through and picks him up.
And avoids the turnover.
So they recover their own fumble. Now they face 3rd and short.
Throwing. Cousins. It's caught on the right side at Smith. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. It's a gain of 11 as the Vikings pick up the first. Got to say, I was a little surprised to see him, Charles, come out in the shotgun on 3rd and less than a yard.
Yeah, but the way the NFL is nowadays, we hardly ever see anyone really run for it on short yardage. So they're going to throw the football more times than not. That was a nice, easy rhythm throw right there, and they pick up the first down.
Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete.
Just what they need, a lecture from me, but subpar offense is what helped get them into this spot. And now they're continuing the trend with incompletions. That won't get them out of it if they don't change something soon.
An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. From the shotgun, it's Cousins. Open here, Adam Thielen. And it's going to be another first down as they'll get him to the ground at the Lions' 43. That one goes for 13 yards, and it moves the sticks. They run the counter with Cook. And some room to run now. They'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20.
56 yards for him on the ground now as he has been terrific here this afternoon.
Dance class, anyone? Did you see the steps between the quarterback and the running
That's
back
what you
on
need
that
for a good
play?
counter.
You have to have it because you're setting up your blocking. There's a timing element as well, but they have to marry up their steps. Otherwise, that timing gets thrown out the window.
Timing was great there and a big run.
Another attempt, another incompletion, and when I look at the scoreboard and where we are in this game, It comes to mind that they have to start getting the ball in the hands of their playmakers. Throw it to the guys that maybe can take a short pass and turn it into a long gain or make people miss downfield. They've got to have points, and the guys who can put the ball in the end zone, they're the ones that need to touch the ball.
And, Charles, this infraction is going to be against the offense, false start.
Sometimes you have to get up to the line of scrimmage, make sure your team is set before you begin your cadence.
So after the penalty, heading in the wrong direction, 2nd and 15. From the gun, here's Cousins.
To Jefferson on the slant. And he's going to be taken down right at the 10-yard line.
I don't know what they talked about at halftime. Whatever it was, it worked. They look like a different team here in the third quarter.
Yeah, I doubt that there were very many trash cans that got kicked over, that type of a speech. I think what they did was they analyzed what worked in the first half, what didn't, and figured out a better game plan.
Still in search of their first touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. 1st and 10. The slot man in motion right. Back to the ground, Cook. And he'll be brought down here at the 3-yard line.
Some good strong running right there. Some power and some explosiveness just about got him into the end zone.
So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3. Running for the first time with a fullback, C.J. Ham. And he'll get him a bit closer as he's down to the 2-yard line. Just a gain of a yard there, and now it'll be 3rd down. So a decent deficit at this stage in the second half. 4-down territory?
No doubt about it. There's not a chance that he hasn't looked ahead and said, okay, if we gain yardage on this play, this is what we'll do going forward. If we lose yardage, this is the play call that I'll have ready.
And this ball is caught by Irv Smith. Touchdown, Vikings.
2 yards on the touchdown there.
And the Vikings are back within a score.
No surprise there. 3rd and goal down here. That's where they're going to look for their tight end.
Yeah, you want that big guy running his routes because it doesn't matter who they cover him with. If it's another big guy, he might use his bulk against him. If it's a shorter defender, he might go over the top. Either way, you tend to find a little bit of a mismatch in that area.
In motion right is the tight end.
Cook, they'll try and run it.
And he's going to go down right at the line of scrimmage. The defense left him with nowhere to go, and the try for 2 is denied.
Now Joseph tees it up to kick off following the touchdown. And we'll see a return here from the end zone. And he'll be brought down shy of the 20, so the zone, not a good one.
The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive.
And maybe some renewed pressure on this unit following the touchdown a moment ago. It's back to a 1-score game.
And because of that pressure, because it's now a 1-score game, they know this is where you need to slow the momentum change, because otherwise that could overrun your team. You've got to be careful right here. My first thought is surprise, because that's one of the better tight ends around, and I've seen him pull in balls like this before. But how about a little credit to the defense forcing that incompletion?
third quarter of a tight football game as we come up on a 2nd and 10. The play-action fake. They'll look to throw. And that falls to the ground, incomplete. A nice job of bodying him up defensively, and now it brings up 3rd down.
Well, you most certainly don't want to go 3 and out here and give the football right back, because your friend, Old Momentum, he's wondering if he should change sidelines about right now. And if you don't convert here, guess what? He's going to make the trek to the opposite side, and all of a sudden, you've got a battle on your hands.
Now that'll be caught by St. Brown. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets this football out shy of the 30 to the 29. That's on the tackle, Penei Sewell. So following the holding call, what can they do here on 3rd and long? Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. And that will be incomplete as well.
And that's a really good job there defensively. They went into this possession knowing that they needed to get a stop. They're in a tight ball game, and they got it done. Great work to force the 3 and out. Got the football right back for their offense. They've got to go to the sidelines feeling pretty good about themselves and encouraging their offensive mates to get some points.
It'll be a 40-yard punt, 8 on the return. And this offense, they're going to have excellent field position. They take over with a 1st and 10 on the short side of the field. A 1st down throw for Cousins. Airing it out deep for Smith. And this is caught. Touchdown, Vikings. Smith Jr. with 2 touchdowns on the season, both in this game. And the Vikings have scored again in this 3rd quarter. This time to move out in front. Well, this offense only mustered 3 points in the 1st half on that field goal. They picked up the pace now. 2 third-quarter touchdowns.
Hey, you remember that appearance we had last week in front of that crowd, and they asked about halftime adjustments and all that was going on. And remember what I said. It's not always an adjustment at halftime. Sometimes just remembering the game plan and playing better, tuning it up, and just working through it methodically. They got it done in this case.
Of course, I'll always remember that appearance because I had on a brown belt with black shoes, and you pointed that out in front of the crowd. So thanks for that.
I said that out loud?
You did.
My bad.
And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line.
Let's go.
They'll come out throwing here on 1st down. That pass caught. It's Williams. And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39. First play of the drive going for 14 and a 1st down. A nice throw right there. And Charles, this is game number 2 in the NFL for this young rookie. His guys getting the victory last week, and he played pretty well by most accounts. Curious, what did you see?
I saw something similar to what you described, Brandon, because I saw a guy who looked the part, a guy who was in command, not just with the touchdown passes, but definitely looked to be in control of the offense as well. And you and I both know that's often uncommon for a rookie quarterback.
2nd and 3. Flushed out right. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete.
Well, defensively, they haven't let him just sit in the pocket and get comfortable, and that's opposite a lot of game plans in today's NFL. Ordinarily, you're trying to keep the quarterback hemmed in. In this case, they brought the heat, and if he flushes out, they're fine with that, and they force another incompletion.
They needed 2. They can only get 1. 4th down.
As a defense, you're more balanced when you're in zone coverage because you're able to keep your eyes on the quarterback and see the play develop in front of you. They're able to keep the quick pass in front of them and stop it right at the line of scrimmage.
They'll try it now with Swift. And he's not going to get there. Might have even lost a yard.
So certainly an interesting call there to go for it. And the Vikings, they have the football now in excellent field position. Left side, Cook. And a 5-yard gain gets him to the 42.
You think about this strong safety position, they're the more bulkier guys in the free safety, but that time great athleticism to hustle in and break up that play.
And sometimes all of your best laid plans of play design, your X's and O's, they can't always account for individual effort defensively. And this was one of those times. Just a terrific play to hustle over there and get the running back to the ground.
And according to Next Gen Stats, his top speed on that one better than 20 miles an hour. Five yards remain on second down.
Again, it's Cook.
And a very determined run there as he'll take this all the way down to the 27. Good effort. 83 yards rushing for him now as he has been tremendous all day long.
Well, that's a carry they have to be satisfied with. And throughout this game, they've been satisfied with what he's given them. Whenever they've needed a big run, a first down, he's the guy they've turned to. And it doesn't matter what the defense thinks. They feel like they've got the confidence to keep handing it to him and keep picking up good yardage.
Up the middle, it's Cook. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
Well, that was one of the few times they've been able to contain him thus far. He's over 100 yards for the game, but he lost a bit off his total on that carry.
Looking at a 2nd and 11 now after the loss.
Yellow, yellow, yellow.
They'll try to throw now. Cousins. Throw left side on target to Thielen. And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9. 19 yards that time for number 19. You ready for a Captain Obvious comment?
Let's go. Go with it, please.
He had the 5 picks last week. He's got to be much more pleased. Just the 1 interception. They've got the lead here in the 4th.
And not only is he pleased, his entire team is. Because throwing those 5 interceptions affects everyone. That's extra work for your defense and not enough possessions for your offense. He's flipped that ratio around in this game.
They'll run with Cook. Yeah, this play doesn't go anywhere. Backwards, losing yardage to the 11. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be 2nd down.
Well, that kind of hit will certainly fire up your team both on the field and on the sideline. Tackles for lost yardage, they're always welcome.
If nothing else, they've already taken a couple minutes off the clock here already as they come up 2nd down.
Here's Chandler on 2nd down.
And he'll get this one down to about the 10-yard line. After getting stuffed on 1st down, not much better there. 2-yard gain.
I have to laugh a little bit because he actually handed it off. I thought with the 2 touchdown passes he's thrown in this one already, he'd go ahead and fling and try and get a 3rd one.
Yeah, now from this spot on 3rd down, I think he'd probably throw it here.
Yeah, I don't think there's any question about it. They won't even send in a running play here, I don't believe. I think they go ahead and try and throw it for a touchdown.
A lot of tired bodies on that field, but this is a big play, 3rd and goal.
Hey, we're good, we're good. Move out there.
Cousins to throw it. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down.
A nightmare on 3rd and goal. He's sacked, and multiple players broke through the line to get him.
The kick by Joseph is good. And they stretch the lead to 6. It's 20-14 now. So they get to 3, but you wonder now, is that going to be enough?
Excellent question, because when I look at the smiles on that side of the field, they're a little tight, aren't they? If they had scored a touchdown there, those would be big half-moon grins right now because they'd feel a whole lot better about their position.
And a touchdown in the other direction, all of a sudden they're down.
Ready, set.
The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive.
And last time, went for it on fourth, didn't get it. See if they can pick themselves up off the mat and do better this go-around.
Sometimes I have this vision of coaches writing notes to themselves before a game, and sometimes that note says, be aggressive, stay aggressive. Maybe that's what we saw in the last possession.
Yeah, they were very aggressive. This time, will it result in points? We'll find out.
Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
It's been clear in this matchup which side has been the more physical one. It's been this defense. And here's another example on that last play.
A second down pass play there, but it's incomplete.
And now offensively it's 3rd and 10, and I'm just thinking to myself, actors always say, what's my motivation before a big scene? Right now the play caller's thinking, what have I done before that's worked well that I can go to right now?
Yeah, because they were pretty successful in the first half scoring points. Haven't done anything so far here in the second half. That's going to be caught along the sideline, and what a job of keeping his feet in bounds. They say that's a catch. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. Again, he'll drop to throw. That's complete to Swift out of the backfield. They'll wind up getting just a yard, and it'll be 2nd down.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They've become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
The Lions passing game in sync now. They've got another 1st down.
And here we are in the 4th quarter, partner, and watch them drive for what would be a go-ahead touchdown. And you and I both know this is where you need a quarterback who can keep his cool back there. Not just for himself, but to keep the rest of the team relaxed too.
He'll look to throw. And that's out to the flat for Swift. And he'll be marked down right at the 20-yard line. He's back to throw. Oh, and that nearly ended it. That should have been intercepted, but he cannot corral it, and that is a lifeline there with 3rd down coming up.
Play number 9 set to come here on the drive on 3rd and 2.
They'll try and run here with Swift. And that one going nowhere from the start as he's met in the backfield and goes backwards. As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. That's to his running back, complete. And now this is going to be close. The defense says they stopped him, and they did. They had to go for it with such little time remaining, and the Vikings defense is going to get the football back. The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. And this game not quite in hand yet. We'll likely see all 3 timeouts defensively and then reassess where we are. They try and run on 1st down, but this one going to lose a couple yards as they get him behind the line. Now the defense going to use the first of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with 65 seconds remaining. 2nd and 12, and you'd have to assume another all-out effort to stop the run is coming. They'll try and wind down some clock with Cook. They'll get him to the ground at the 20 following a pickup of 4. The Lions now going to use the 2nd of their timeouts. That'll be their 2nd, so one more chance to stop the clock here, and we'll be back. For the Lions, an extra DB in the game now here on 3rd down. Here's Cousins. And he can't get a throw away. He's taken down. Now the defense will burn their 3rd and final timeout as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds left to go in the game. And here's Ryan Wright now. And you wonder, could they possibly think about taking a safety here? It's fielded at the 45.
They'll net only 35 here following a 43-yard boot, 8-yard return. And the Lions will have excellent field position here as they take over 1st and 10. Back to throw. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down.
But this defense has been physical all game long, and it certainly looks like they're not going to back off and make things any easier. They want to keep making life miserable for the receivers all the way to the end.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. They'll look to throw. Got his man. It's Williams. And he will go out right near the 35-yard line. They call his number again. It's his 6th catch and a 1st down. That's what they need right now. Get the 1st down, get out of bounds, stop the clock.
Just playing smart football, understanding the situation, making the plays necessary, and making sure that clock stops at every opportunity.
Back to throw. And it's knocked away and incomplete.
Limited time left on the clock after that incompletion, so I think both sides are going to savor every second to prepare before the next snap. Because once the ball's in motion, it may be a non-stop push to finish this drive off. Everyone better be on the same page right now, because I think they're going to try and get several plays up in quick succession if they can.
Back to throw again. Throw over the middle. He finds Williams. And this is going to turn into another 1st down as the tackle is made at the Vikings' 22-yard line. 7 catches for him now, and this last one, a 1st down. They'll look to throw again. Into the hands of Williams across the formation. This one came right down the wire. It seemed they had that one final chance to try to nab